This is your boy again, coming back to you with another video. I'm glad to be here, Brian here, always at your service, right? It's been 8 days since my last video. That's because we've been getting ready to launch the studio here. Of course, so I'm inside the studio right now. This is a voice of studio here, and yeah, it's one of the very first in my country, so we are really working hard to make it work, and hopefully people here will catch a vision and join us in this adventure, right? Today I'm here to talk to you about a UFC 276. We had two title fights. Israel Adesanya defending his middleweight title against Giardinier, and also Alexander the Great going at it for the third time and defending his featherweight title against Max Holloway. Yeah, so let's start by talking about the co-main event of the evening, which was Alexander the Great defending for the third time against Max Holloway. So many people believed that Max Holloway won the second fight between the two, and even the first fight also was very close. People believed also that Max Holloway was robbed. They had to do it for the third time. They did it for the third time, and this time around there is no question left as to whom is the better fighter between the two, because once again Alexander the Great delivered a masterclass of a fight. We know that both fighters are capable of delivering masterclasses. This time it was Alexander the Great's time or turn to shine, and he was able to defeat Max Holloway, winning pretty much all four rounds against Max Holloway, if not 5 rounds, because one of the judges thought that he won all 5 rounds. And yeah, that's definitely solidifies Alexander Volkanovski as the best featherweight, or one of the best at least featherweights, because remember he was able to defeat he was able to defeat Max Holloway 3 times. He was able to defeat Ortega, putting a clinic on him. He was able to put a clinic on the Korean Zombie, and he's still undefeated in that division. So he's probably one of the best, if not the best. For me, he's maybe he should be like mentioned when you're talking about the top two featherweights ever, right? So kudos to Alexander Volkanovski. Let's see if the UFC would Dana White will be willing to give him a shot at the 55 title. I'll be really interested and intrigued to see what he can do at the 55 class. Next thing, let's talk about Israel Adesanya. My man, Israel Adesanya. That is one hell of a fighter, one hell of a striker. He was facing Giardinier on Saturday also. And the fight did not definitely go as me particularly, I was seeing it going, because I thought Israel Adesanya was just going to really put on another masterclass of a fight, and he was also talking about making it look easy, but yeah, he was still able to defeat Cannonier and pretty much win most of the rounds out of the 5 rounds. Some people booed Israel Adesanya, some people booed the champion, and I only have one thing to say to those people. Please, guys, come on, huh? Come on, right? Not every fight has to be like Israel Adesanya versus Paulo Costa, or Israel Adesanya versus Whittaker 1. Not every fight has to be that way, right? So some fights are technical. This fight was technical. The champ was not overly excited about his performance after the fight, but definitely he did not deserve to be booed. The entrance was good, not still not. It's not topping the entrance against Whittaker in Australia, but it was a very good one. Undertaker I was definitely smiling on his like in front of his TV if he was watching it. And yeah, Israel Adesanya, still one of the best, still one of the greats in the UFC, probably the best striker still. And last thing I want to talk about is the other middleweight fights and Alex Pereira knocking out Sean Strickland in the very first round. Well, first, I don't have a lesson to give Mr. Sean. He's a great fighter. Uh, Nor do I have a lesson to give to the UFC. I believe Alex Pereira is one of the most dangerous UFC fighter today. That guy has power. He doesn't look like he does have power, but he has power. He has very good striking. He's a former kickboxing champion in the biggest kickboxing organization, which is Glory Kickboxing. So I think it was a mistake for Sean Strickland to try to strike with him, and striking with him in that way, the way he was moving forward, like it's like, yeah, he will go and learn from it, yeah, right? So, and what's next? Probably Pereira is going to get a title shot against Israel Adesanya, knowing that they have history. He defeated Israel Adesanya twice. In the second fight, he knocked him out. After a very good fight that I thought before or the knockout, Israel Adesanya was winning, but that's the name of the game. You have to protect yourself at all time. You get caught, you lose, you lose. So Israel Adesanya is going to have to face his demon and try defend his title and defend his place in the UFC as the middleweight champion of the world. And I believe Israel Adesanya will be able to do it. I believe in the UFC, Israel Adesanya will be able to, get his revenge in a way. I don't know if he's considering it a revenge. He's going to win against Alex Pereira. How is he going to win? Knockout? Maybe not. Out striking? Probably yes. So I can't wait to see the fight between the two. I hope you can't wait to see the fight between the two also, even though I think Pereira should have maybe gotten a more difficult fight before facing the champion. I don't consider Shane Strickland as a legit challenger that you face before facing the champion. I would consider someone like Vettori, someone who's very solid, like at boxing, not so like solid boxing, yeah. Very good wrestling. Someone who doesn't get knocked out easily. If not him, maybe Paulo Costa would have been a very good challenge before facing the champion, or even another exciting fight would have been Whittaker, right? Whittaker was the king of the middleweight before Adesanya. So those are the fights that, in my opinion, Pereira should have had before getting or earning the right to face Israel Adesanya. But the UFC decides, and let's see if they are going to go the way that we all think they are going to go, which is the title fight next. Thank you for watching me. Keep on watching. If you have time, please do like and subscribe and recommend the video to your other fellas. Love you, as always, Brian Katembera. Bye bye.